Hey, Tony Jackson here popping in. Y'all got to forgive me now because camera ain't set up straight. Now, I'm trying to do my series, but time be running out on me. I had a coaching call that we had messed up the time, and so that threw me off. And now I got a call here in about 50 minutes, so I ain't gonna be able to talk a whole hour. But I wanted to talk about this here Jezebel spirit. I was online and I seen a Jezebel, and one thing that I noticed about this Jezebel spirit is very rarely will you see a Jezebel spirit that is broke. So what happens is these Jezebels, meaning, and what I'm calling as a Jezebel is a seducer, a manipulator, someone who is going to use you, someone who is going to suck the life out of you, someone who is going to discard you when they done with you, or they don't feel like you are of usury anymore. Like when they can't have everything they want, everything they need, and they can't use you the way they want to use you, they will discard you, or they will pretend to want to discard you to make you give them more. That's what I'm calling a Jezebel. And this Jezebel spirit is in men and it's in women. And one of the things that I've noticed is that the Jezebel spirit want to be successful on their own too. A lot of times people get deceived because they get with somebody, or they attract to somebody, and they say, oh, well, this person got money, or this person got success. And so they think they can't be a user because they got a title. They're a doctor, they're a therapist, they're a life coach, they're a pro athlete, they're a RN, a nurse practitioner, anesthesiologist, a brain surgeon, could be anything, an astronaut. And so people think, oh, this can't be a user because they have their own money, they got their own thing going, so this person gotta be an asset. But see, with this here Jezebel spirit, the Jezebel spirit don't just, they become successful so that they could attract successful people. I remember seeing so many loose booty women become RNs and become nurse practitioners. And they kept going, but they goal, or faking like they want to be a doctor, but their goal was to get a pro athlete. And so they became all of this because they wanted to look like they were ambitious. But they did all of that and would be ready to give it up in a heartbeat if they met a man with money. But they knew, or they assumed, that these men that they wanted, the men they wanted with money, they assumed that man wouldn't want them if they was flipping burgers at Wendy's, if they was a customer service rep at the call center. So they would just keep going to school, and they might even put a little cooter bear on that professor to get that A. There ain't no telling what they'll do to get ahead. I remember one of the Jezebels, somebody was telling me they went to the photographer. Jezebel was trying to do modeling and do music videos, but was broke, busted, and disgusted. Somebody went to the photographer for their session. Photographer had the Jezebel up against the wall, nailing her to the wall. And now the photographer was overweight and unattractive guy. The Jezebel fit beautiful, but because the Jezebel needed them photo shoots and needed them pictures, Jezebel started sleeping with the photographer. And the photographer started thinking, these photographers was thinking that because they got a camera in their hand, that they wasn't, that the woman ain't see them like no lame. Knowing that the jocks and the cool guys was basketball and football, they wasn't taking pictures. But some of the photographers would let the pictures go to their head and think that, oh, women like a man with a camera. No. A good woman ain't got nothing against a man with a camera. But this particular type of woman that's sleeping with you, she just want free photos. That's all that is. But so, and this is how the Jezebel does. And the Jezebel spirit now is in men and women. And I ain't talking about I'm using this term, but I ain't just talking about like the Bible, Jezebel in the Bible. But I'm talking about just like a seducing spirit that I'm calling a Jezebel. So don't, you got to separate the two. Don't look at it and go read the Bible and see exactly what Jezebel did and think that's all I'm talking about. No, I'm just using that terminology, that name, because it fit this seducing, manipulative user of a person. And some of y'all might want to use narcissists, or it might be certain type of narcissists that do the same type of thing, but I'm not using that term because I don't study that term. But I'm using Jezebel because it just sounds like a snake. And this was happening. And the thing about it is, with the Jezebel spirit now, this spirit will seduce you even if you of the same sex. So what I mean by this is, there are some men who have a Jezebel spirit, and they might be the cool guy, the fit guy, the tall guy, the muscular guy, the rich guy from a rich family, whatever. And they will go and see a unique asset that this other man possesses. This other man may be a brainiac. He may be overweight. He may be unattractive. He may be short. And this man with this Jezebel spirit will go and befriend this man, because he know with his brain, with that man's brain, he can make millions off of that man's brain. And the man will not see this Jezebel coming because he wants a friend. And he know why this friend want to be friends with him, but he don't really process and he don't really care because he's so tired of being ostracized and alienated and overlooked and unappreciated and disrespected, that he will allow this man with this Jezebel spirit to seduce him for his gifts. This is happening in business deals. This is happening in the workplace. And we all are capable of going into a Jezebel spirit and seducing and using somebody who just want to be in our presence because they think we cool, or they think we handsome or fine or beautiful, or they think we whatever it may be, and they want to be in our presence. And I want you to think about this in your life, and I want you to ask yourself, have I ever been the Jezebel? Did I use this unattractive, nerdy person in school to cheat off their tests, and they let me cheat off their tests because they thought I was attractive and in the in crowd or cool or what have you? Now, when you think about it like that, now you see a lot of people have been a Jezebel. I've been a Jezebel. I've had Jezebel seasons in my life where I use my cachet, my reputation as a star athlete in high school to take advantage and to get over on other students who wanted to just be in my presence. Hey, let me hold $1. Hey, give me some of that pizza. Hey, let me come over to your house. Hey, let me hold your car. I remember it was a young lady. She probably was 300 pounds in college, Caucasian. And she used to give oral to all the guys, all the recruits that came in town, basketball, football, the recruits She give everybody oral. They just line up outside of her room. It'll be like 10 guys. And then all of my teammates, they'll go in there. They'll get in the line, get them some oral. And she wanted to give me some so bad. And she used to ask me all the time, when you going to let me give you some head? When you going to let me do this? And me personally, I was in a position I could get that from anywhere. You know, I could do something with any woman. So I'm like, why am I going to do something with a woman that do something with every man under the sun, and I'm not attracted to her? And I just, no, I'm good. But then I had my girlfriend flying into town who was fit, sexy, body on her, and I ain't have no car. So I used my position in this young lady's life for her wanting to be with me, her wanting to sleep with me, and say, hey, let me hold your car. She said, boom, here go the key. Gave me the key. Boom, I'm putting miles on her car. 2 hours. I had to drive 2 hours to the airport. From Buckhannon, West Virginia to the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania airport. Then 2 hours back. I'm dumping in that car. 100 miles an hour. Got back, she was like, I know you took my car to Pittsburgh. I don't know if one of my teammates had to hate it on me or if they used to have tracking in it back then. You know, this early 2000s. I was like, no, I ain't take your car to Pittsburgh. But I used that. And that's what you got to be aware of. You got to be mindful of, because it's a lot of us that in this very moment being seduced right now. It's a lot of us right now, somebody in our life using something they got to get something that we got, but they don't have our best interests at heart. And you got to think about that. And it didn't happen to me. It didn't happen to me with women. It didn't happen to me with men. It didn't happen. Now listen, now when I say men, now don't go to thinking like P. Diddy. But let me give you an example of that, so just so we could clarify. It's a pro athlete came to me one time, said, hey man, need this right here. Can you make this connection for me? Although I really didn't want to make the connection, I didn't really believe in what he was saying. Because of who he is, I made the connection, made the stamp. Off of that connection, boom, he got $100,000 off the strength of my stamp. I was in a position where I was idolizing this Hall of Fame athlete and wanting to be useful just to say I helped this Hall of Famer, knowing that what he was talking about didn't really make no sense to me. And then I was in my position when I went to the Connect saw both of us in that light, because I was a star athlete at one time too, and then this star athlete just took it all away and became a pro. But this other guy that we getting money from was never athletic, was never a ladies' man, was never in the in crowd. And so him wanting to be associated with us, he's shelling money for association. And we using our status. And see, this is what I'm talking about. And the reason why I'm including myself in this, just to help you understand that this manipulative spirit, it go to everybody. It go to everybody. It's like what they say, it's like taking candy from a baby. Why is it like taking candy from a baby? Because you're bigger than the baby, you're smarter than the baby, you're stronger than the baby. You got all power over the baby. All the baby gonna do when you take that candy is cry. Baby can't swing on you. Baby can't take it back. Baby can't drop kick you. That's why it's easy as taking candy from a baby. And this is what these Jezebel spirits doing. So I see Jezebels using their body to promote their courses, to promote their programs. Jezebels will use their looks, their sexiness to sell you something that ain't even worth nothing. It ain't about nothing. And here you is, wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Wham bam, thank you, sir. Because of that Jezebel spirit of seduction and manipulation. And any of us could be guilty of it, but where it really stings at is when you get sucked into a relationship and you give your time, you give your body, you give your heart, you give your life, and this Jezebel you with really just want one thing from you. And that one thing could be your connections. It could be your money. It's never you. The Jezebel don't want nothing don't want you. The Jezebel want what you got. And that's where you got to be mindful. And you got to ask yourself, okay, what am I giving up? Who am I giving it up to? And what am I getting in return? Am I getting what I want and need? Or am I just meeting the wants and needs of this person? Because if you're not getting what you want and need, but you meeting the needs of this person, you dealing with a Jezebel and you being finessed. And so that's what you got to realize and understand, just making sure my watch got the right time. And this is happening. This is happening. And what triggered this for me today is I seen a lady showing all her body. But yet she in a position of, she got power. Like she got a title. But she's showing all her body, and then she's selling something while she's selling a product while showing all her body. And the product have nothing to do with physical body, physical fitness, sexiness, or anything. And I don't want to call people out, but I see this every day. So it's kind of like if I come and, you know, I'm fasting. Right now I'm probably 15 hours fasted. There ain't nothing big. I'm gonna see how my body feel today. I'm water fasting today because I ate late last night, and I ate red meat late last night because my schedule got booked up yesterday. I didn't get to eat at an optimal time, but I needed to eat, so I ate late. So I'm fasting right now. And him is, let's say I keep fasting another month. Not straight through, but like rolling fast. Fast 72 hours, eat for a day. Fast 72 hours, eat for a day. Like that. I'm going to keep shedding weight. Let's say I get to 170 pounds to where I ain't even really got the flex to have abs. I got abs and I'm 170. Then let's say I go on Instagram. Let's say I take my shirt off and I put me some oil on. And I go and I put me some sexy pants on, some nice little pleated, loose, airy pants. And I get on Instagram and I stand up, you know, and let's say I'm standing up and let's say you could see a little print. Let's say you could see a little bit of print. Got me a nice little print size right there in them pants. And I got my shirt off and I got on oil and my chest is nice. And let's say I got 8-pack of abs. And I take that picture and I'm oiled down, looking good. And I take that picture and then boom, the caption say, join this right here today. Everybody who sign up today, you're gonna get a 1-to-1 FaceTime with me to talk about your big vision. Guess what? There's gonna be women and men who are lonely, who are lost, who have no interactions and connection with people who are successful or powerful or positioned, and those people who just want a touch of the hem of the garment gonna sign up because of what I done sold with that 8-pack of abs oil down. And I seen a woman do that today. And I say, man, this sad. People is going to sign up and just making that payment. They, as a man, making that payment, he feeling like now he got access to this woman. Because now he's a student. Now he in this program. So now he know he get to email this woman. He get to create a fake problem that he need to talk to her about. And he signing up just because she showed booty, breasts, sexiness. And then you're going to have lesbian women who say, her eye color, her booty shape, her in that outfit, her showing all that body, I'm feeling a perverse spirit on her. And it's the same spirit that I have as a lesbian. This is what the lesbian's saying. And she say, you know what? I think she go both ways. Even though she like men, I think she go both ways. I'm getting this course so I get me some FaceTime. So now you got lesbians signing up. You got horny men signing up. But then guess what else you got signing up? You got insecure women who say, man, she looked like the woman I always wanted to be. Light skin, flat stomach, round booty, perfect smile, this kind of hair, this kind of eyes, whatever it might be. It might be brown skin, dark skin, double-sized booty, or small, petite, plump booty, perky breast. It could be anything the insecure woman feeling. She want to sign up because she think by sewing into this woman product or service or whatever is her manifesting. She thinks she finna manifest that body and that look by getting close to this woman. And that's what the Jezebel spirit does. The Jezebel spirit plays on insecurities. The Jezebel spirit plays on perversion for money. Because the Jezebel worships money. The Jezebel worships money. The Jezebel worships notoriety. The Jezebel worships publicity, status, connections, positionings. That's what the Jezebel is focused. The Jezebel ain't focused on where they gonna spend eternity. The Jezebel ain't focused on righteousness, purity, integrity. The Jezebel is focused on being pedestalized and worshipped. That's what the Jezebel gonna focus on. But see, the thing about it is, the reason why it's so hard to identify Jezebel's spirit is because the Jezebel spirit is a emulator. It's a Decepticon. So what I mean by that is, I'm building an audience. I'm building a platform. I have people who listen to me, people who sing my praises, people who respect me and love me and sow into my business, sow into my courses, my one-on-one sessions, my products. So because there is pure people with a platform and with products, that's how the Jezebel could hide in plain sight. And you have to have discernment to see the difference. One lady called it out. One lady called it out in my comments one time. She said the reason, she said, what I notice about Tony is he never tried to like turn us on by looking sexy or talking sexy or trying to be all super polished. He just come how he finna come. He just show up how he finna show up. He ain't trying to seduce through the lighting or the production or whatever else, you know, she had in there. And I say, see, she got discernment. But see, a lot of people don't have that discernment because it's some people who they would put my name in the same sentence as a Jezebel spirit. And you see what the Jezebel spirit did. The Jezebel spirits, they end up never getting married, but always got all the knowledge and all the advice and all the relationship advice, but can't implement it and get married and be faithful and stay married, but got all the relationship advice. The Jezebels who married, what they end up doing? Sleeping with other people. Because that Jezebel spirit is about greed, advancement, selfishness, arrogance, and all of the likes. And some people cannot tell it. Some people can't tell it. They can't see it. They don't have spiritual discernment and they can't tell the difference between the real and the fake, because there's real who have the same things that the fake got, and there's fake that got the same things that the real got. So it's kind of like this right here. I want you to understand it. If somebody got one thing, let me give you an example. This a real Rolex, right? This a real Rolex. Can't remember what I paid for it, $13,000 or $15,000. But I could take, I ain't got no fake watch in here, but I could take and get a fake Rolex. But because I got a real Rolex, when I get the fake Rolex, if you done seen this one and you done held this one, and I could get a fake one that is just as heavy and it looks identical. And because you done seen my house and you say, well, his house costs X amount of hundreds of thousands, so his Rolex must be real because he got $1 million house. Who gonna have $1 million house with a fake Rolex? That don't make no sense. So you give people credit because they got one qualification. So you say, well, this person is a therapist. How can they be a Jezebel if they went and got a degree or a master's degree or a doctorate degree? How can they be a Jezebel? Jezebel ain't finna go through all that school and take all them tests. That's a lie. A Jezebel know they got to get certain credentials and do certain things to look the part, to make you think that they legit. So they have to actually go and be legit in certain areas to get the stamp of approval, so that where they're not legit, you won't assume they not legit in that space because you know they legit in this other area. That's how the Jezebel move. That's how the Jezebel think. That's what the Jezebel do. And I want you to apply this to your coworkers, your friends, your family members, your lover. I want you to apply this, and I want you to see if you can recognize a Jezebel spirit on the people you have contact and access to. Because a lot of times that Jezebel, just like in a relationship, that Jezebel may read a Bible in front of you or let you know that they read a Bible or do a Bible study with you. And so you like, oh, ain't nobody finna read a Bible and do Bible study with me, but then cheat on me. And that's exactly what that Jezebel do. That's why you see the pastors cheating. That's why you see the pastors divorcing their wife and going to get a Jezebel, because they a Jezebel. That's how it work. Hey, this is Tony Gasson. I'm going to stop at 30 minutes. God bless you. Listen to this 2 times, being that I couldn't go an hour. Listen to it twice. Get in your spirit. Break it down. then evaluate it and apply it and assess it in your life. Hey, God bless you. Somebody text right now. We'll talk soon.